Fisherman staysail is an excellent sail that schooners have. It's the four-sided sail that sets up high between the masts. Asuma has a staysail schooner rig, and here we're running down a channel in Chilean Patagonia to the Pacific Ocean. We have enough sail up with the Fisherman to move along well without needing the mainsail, which is partly why the mainsail is not set in this clip. The Fisherman has four corners. The lower forward corner is called the tack. It's attached to the foremast near the deck. The upper forward corner goes to the top of the foremast and is called the throat. The upper after corner goes to the top of the mainmast and is called the peak. The sheets go aft to the cockpit. Everything on Asuma is set up for single handing, so it only takes one person to raise and lower all the sails, including the Fisherman. To make the Fisherman easier for one person to handle, both halyards are led to the same place, the foremast, by using a turning block at deck level for the peak halyard. Another thing making it easier to handle the Fisherman on Asuma is that the forward edge of the sail, the luff, has slugs, so it attaches to the track on the foremast. Keeping the luff of the Fisherman attached to the mast at all times makes it much easier to raise and lower, because there's less chance of the wind taking it and possibly wrapping a halyard around the mast. The luff being attached to the mast also means that after lowering the Fisherman, it can simply be tied down on deck until next needed. Asuma has a custom sail bag for the Fisherman that covers it when it's attached to the bottom of the mast, so it can be left attached for long periods of time. The sheets are marked, so they can be made down looser than they will be when trimmed, but enough that the sheets can be made down before the sail is raised and trimmed afterwards, making it easier to raise single-handed. The sheets on Asuma are made of polyethylene. For the diameter, it's about half the weight and half the strength of using polyester or Dacron. I like it for fisherman sheets because it allows using a thick enough rope to be able to grab it easily while not weighing down the sail in light winds. But whatever material the sheets are made with, marking a position where they can be made down before the sail is set makes it easier for one person to set the sail. To set the Fisherman, if starting from bringing the sail up on deck, find the tack downhaul, which I leave attached to the sail, and tie it down. Then follow along the edges of the sail to the other corners and attach the sheets and halyards. Here, the sail is already attached to the mast. The tack downhaul and leeward sheet have been made down, both halyards have been attached, and I'm starting to raise the Fisherman on a broad reach. I grab both halyards at once and start raising the sail, looking aloft frequently to see if anything is stuck. It's much easier to raise and lower the Fisherman when on the wind, that's a beam reach to close hauled, because the wind blows the sail away from the mast, so there's less for it to catch on. In the video, we're off the wind, and when the wind blows the sail into the mast, where it can catch on steps, spreaders, and shrouds, and I have to keep checking for that. If the sail catches on something, it gets much harder to raise it, and you'll need to see what it is caught on, pull it down a foot or so, and confirm it will clear before continuing to raise it. Seeing where the sail is stuck often involves going around to the windward side of the mast to get a clear view. The farther up the sail gets, the more the wind catches it, and the harder it gets to raise. At some point, you will need to alternate, making one halyard down while hauling on the other, then switching. Finish raising the sail by getting the throat halyard all the way up until the luff is tight, then tighten the peak halyard. Final trim is done with both the peak halyard and the sheet. You want to get any wrinkles out of the sail, and also avoid it either luffing or backwinding the main. After trimming the sail, figure 8 coil the two halyards. It's great to set the Fisherman and sail along so well with it, but it's critical to be able to get the sail down quickly if the wind picks up. Figure 8 coils are much more reliable than regular coils, so I figure 8 the halyards on deck, unless it's so rough that the deck takes waves often, in which case I coil the lines normally and hang them, and have to remember that it'll take longer to get the sail down. On the wind, bringing the Fisherman down is great fun, and it's easy. Just basically let off the halyards and the sail falls down, safely held by the slugs in the track on the back of the foremast. Off the wind, The sail is blown into the mast, steps, and shrouds, so may need to be pulled down part of the way. Once it's down, tie down or remove the halyards and tie some rope around the sail to keep it from billowing up. And that's how to handle the Fisherman in a Staysail schooner. It's a great sail. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have a question, please leave a comment.